Welcome back to Index Zero. In our last video, we used the relay to control a DC motor and stimulate a fan. Today, we'll be exploring a new type of component, the infrared sensor diode. We'll be using it together with an IR remote to control a light or an LED. Once again, I'm joined by Lance Silvency to explain everything step by step. Let's begin.
An infrared sensor diode, also called an IR receiver module, is a device that can detect infrared light signals. These signals are not visible to the human eye, but they are commonly used in remote controls for TVs, projectors, and many other appliances. The sensor works by capturing the modulated light pulses sent out by the remote and converting them into a digital signal that Arduino can interrupt. Each button on the IR remote sends out a unique binary code, and by decoding this signal with the Arduino, we can trigger a specific action. In this activity, the IR sensor diode is the most important component because without it, the Arduino would not be able to see or recognize the commands coming from the remote.
So the materials we needed for this activity are Arduino Uno, breadboard, IR receiver module, remote control, LED, 220 resistors, and jumper cables. So to assembly, start by placing the IR sensor diode on the breadboard. Connect its VCC pin to by 5 volts, its GND pin to ground, and its out signal pin to Arduino digital pin 11. Next, set up the LED as the light we want to control. Place the LED on the breadboard, connect its anode to another digital pin 9 through a 220 resistor, and connect the cathode to ground. This set allows the IR sensor diode to receive remote signal and the Arduino to respond by turning the LED on or off.
On screen is the full code for AP40. Let's break it down. First, we included a header file called irremote.h. Note that you have to install this before using it because it does not come natively with the Arduino IDE. You have to install it in the libraries. Then, next are variable declarations. First, we have int receive pin equals 11. This will be our pin that will be receiving data from the IR sensor. Then int LED pin, which we will be using to turn on our LED. Then bool state equals 0. For the void setup, we begin the serial using the serial begin function. Then we use the function IR receiver that begin receive pin enable LED feedback. This lets us turn on or turn off an LED through the receive function. For the pin mode, we set the LED pin as an output. In the void loop, we have an if statement that checks whether if IR receiver.decode. This checks whether the IR receiver is receiving a hash value or a hex value. Then an unsigned long value equals IR receiver.decoded IR data decoded raw data. This sets the long value to the decoded value from the IR receiver. Then in the serial, prints the value in the hex. If the value matches the one here, the one we set to turn on an LED, then it will turn on. Then vice versa, if it matches again, then it will turn on. Then IR receiver resume is run so that it keeps on running without interrupting the code. Let's see that in action.